Senator Gordon, we have reached a point where we have to make some decisions about fracking in New Jersey. What are the issues there, and what are some of the gotchas that we might need to worry about?
Well, I think that fracking, the process of that's called hydraulic fracturing, is probably poses the greatest potential threat to New Jersey's water supply than anything out there. This is a process involving the pumping of millions of gallons of water mixed with a chemical cocktail under great pressure deep into the ground to break up the shale and extract the natural gas from the shale. On the one hand, it's a wonderful thing that we have large supplies of natural gas that's available to America. Certainly it's a cleaner fuel than coal, and it's better to have something on our shores than to rely on energy sources in countries where people are not particularly friendly to us. But we have to be very concerned about the potential environmental impact. And I've done a couple of measures to address this. One, because of the great threat to our water supply and the densely populated nature of New Jersey, I introduced legislation to impose an outright ban on the practice of fracturing, hydraulic fracturing, in New Jersey. That bill was conditionally vetoed by the governor, who said, let's have a one-year moratorium and wait for better information. Well, that's really, I think, a meaningless time period. We really need a much longer moratorium at the very least, and I think an outright ban to protect our water supplies. So we're going to take another look at that, certainly, in the future. Secondly, we have to be very concerned about all of this wastewater that's being produced where fracturing is currently occurring in places like Pennsylvania and southwestern New York, because all this wastewater has to be treated somewhere. And given the fact that there are contaminants in this water that really can't be treated in your normal water treatment plant, I don't believe we should be processing that material in the plants in New Jersey. And we certainly don't want all this material moving in and out of New Jersey. So I have introduced legislation, and both houses passed a bill that would ban the treatment of these wastewaters in New Jersey. That bill is currently on the governor's desk. He has until Monday the 24th, I believe is the date, to sign it. So we're expecting an answer from him at any point. I certainly hope that he'll sign that.
Even if New Jersey does ban fracking and treatment of wastewater, if fracking is done in Pennsylvania or New York, does that have any impact on the New Jersey environment?
Well, certainly there's going to be an awful lot of vehicle traffic, and with all of this gas being produced, it has to get to markets. That increases the pressure for things like pipelines, which have to be built across New Jersey. We've seen a great controversy recently about a pipeline that would be built across our parkland in northwestern New Jersey. So there's going to be increased environmental pressures on New Jersey just from what's happening in New York and Pennsylvania.